I had my mic muted for the first couple of seconds, reading off the script. Crazy, I know. Okay. So first of all, apologies if you can hear my fan next to me. Very hot, and stuffy, and I already turned down the ceiling fan because it's loud as hell and makes me paranoid that it's going to fall and hit my head. That aside, hello everyone. I'm SMDBZX, or at least this is my 3D VTuber named Yuki. Say hi. Anyway, a few months ago, and by a few, I mean 8 months ago, nearly a year, I released a video named Villains Are Not Goku's Fault. Now, most people seem to agree with me, and the video did amazing. Over 3K views and 100 likes. However, there was some backlash. Because I don't want to work on a what if right now, I decided to follow up that video. So, yeah. Let's go over that. I won't be censoring names because, well, you can just go and look up the comment. So there wouldn't be much point to it. I'm also not going to be doing multiple recording sessions or multiple video files like normal. So if this video seems like I'm a little bit running on a little bit, that's why. Anyway, so I'm gonna quickly end this recording because we're only doing 2 video files for this little intermission. Goodbye. Our first comment is from Kaiser Bob 99, who will just be calling Kaiser. Quite a funny little comment, in my opinion. He says 16 wouldn't exist without Goku. Raditz is Goku's fault too. But Nappa, Vegeta, Frieza, and Cell are Piccolo's fault, actually. This is definitely an interesting take that I haven't heard before. There was actually another comment that said it was Kami's fault, but I'm not including it in this video. That's another interesting take. But let's break it down, shall we? Start off with, I said it multiple times before, 16 would have existed without Goku, along with the other androids. However, that model, the 16 that you know, being based off of Jiro's son, would not have existed. Unless he, like, died in battle or something. You know, because they were fighting more than just Goku. There's no reason to assume Jiro would have stopped making androids after Android 8. In fact, although far less powerful, there'd likely be even more androids if Goku didn't show up. Because, again, why would he stop, right? So before you give me an argument, stop typing in the comment section that, oh, the androids will exist. Stop and ask yourself, why would Jiro stop making androids if he already made 8 of them? Maybe more. You know, like, we don't, I don't think we know when he started making androids specifically for Goku, but you get what I'm trying to say here. Like, Android 1621 would still exist. Jiro might still make himself an android. We don't know. As for the Piccolo comment, I honestly agree. If Piccolo wasn't so smug towards Raditz, then Vegeta and Nappa wouldn't have gone to Earth. However, Frieza, Vegeta, and Nappa were seemingly already aware of Dragon Balls through legend. This might be me misinterpreting things. Because, you know, they were saying things like, oh, Namekians have strange magical abilities and whatnot. You know, it has been a while since I watched the Namek Saga from Z or Kai or the manga. So I might be misremembering here. So feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And tell me where I can correct myself. I also feel Piccolo made the right choice with Cell, though. I don't think Piccolo could have killed Cell due to not being aware how powerful his regeneration was and his variety of techniques. So I think Piccolo did the best he could. You know, he got really good information, and if we blame Piccolo here, then we also have to blame him for when he gets bodied by Cell later on. I just don't think that's fair. So remember how I said I wasn't going to make multiple video files? I instinctively hit the record button after I paused it to take a drink. So that's pretty poggers. Anyway, Dragon Master 951753. Quite a name, if I do say so myself. We're just going to be calling him Dragon. His comment was very long, but the first part of it said that he believed Tien and Master Roshi could stop the Red Ribbon Army. Remember that Master Roshi was shocked that Goku was able to beat the Red Ribbon Army, even though Goku was likely stronger than Master Roshi at this point. And Tien wanted to stop the army since Tao works for the Crane School, and Tien was trained to be an assassin. In fact, Tao's defeat is the whole reason Tien becomes an antagonist towards Goku, outside of Turtle School rivalry. So, no, I don't think anyone but Goku could have beaten. Okay. Ironically enough, Yajirobe, I know this is crazy, Yajirobe might have been able to beat the Red Ribbon Army. Maybe he could have done it, but aside from Yajirobe and technically Tien, if he decided to go against Tao, I don't think anyone was beating the Red Ribbon Army. He then blames Goku for the Saiyan saga, but I say, oh, correction, he says I raise a good point. However, he still thinks that it is Goku's fault. Trying to word this correctly. Well, I should just read what's on the script, but because I'm autistic as all hell, of course I'm not going to. You can see the comment on screen. However, saying it's Goku's fault that Raditz appeared makes no sense. I already brought it up in the last video, but let me repeat myself. Goku did not choose to go to Earth. Bardock sent him there. He did not know that he was a Saiyan because he bumped his head. He did not ask Raditz to show up to the Earth because, again, he had no idea what the Saiyans were or who Raditz was. Let's put this in another way, another perspective for you guys, alright? Is it Naruto's fault that the Akatsuki showed up to the Hidden Leaf Village? You'd say no, because he didn't choose to be the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. And he wasn't there when they showed up. I mean, if I'm remembering correctly, they showed up before Naruto even knew who the Akatsuki were and bodied Kakashi and some other Jonin. So, like, it's basically the same situation between the two. It's not Goku's fault. Not his fault Raditz showed up. At all. Goku also never mentioned Dragon Balls to Raditz. Unlike what Dragon Master here claims. Because, as Kaiser brought up earlier, it was Piccolo who brought up the Dragon Balls to Raditz. And by extension, Vegeta. And by extension, Frieza. As for Cell, it's basically the same argument I have for the androids, only not a solid. It is completely possible Gero dives into bioengineering since he clearly has the knowledge to do it. I mean, think about it. Gero does things for no reason. Androids 17 and 18 were far stronger than what his data could have possibly predicted Goku becoming. Think about it. Gero stopped paying attention to Goku after he beat Vegeta. He wasn't aware that Kaioken went up to 20 times. He was not aware about the battles on Namek and all the Zenkai boost he got. He was not aware of gravity training. And he was not aware of Super Saiyans or Yard Dread. And yet the androids were still stronger than him. Like, stop and think about that for a moment. Think about all these things he did not know about, and the androids were still stronger. Like, he made them unnecessarily strong for the little data he collected. So, saying Jiro makes a bio android for shits and giggles, is it really out of the question? Now, it's true, as I will bring up later, that it wouldn't have Goku's DNA, so it would not be the Cell we know. But unlike what some of these comments have made me believe people think, the way some people have worded this is really weird. Cell does not need Goku's DNA to exist. Yeah, he'd be weaker, but it's not like Goku is like this necessary ingredient, right? Jiro could make a cell off of average Joes, right? So like it's he doesn't need Goku to make Cell, but it was likely it was because of Goku that Cell was made. What I'm saying is that Jiro could make another bioengineered android, not necessarily Cell, without Goku existing. Does that make sense? And then he would still probably be called Cell, because what else are you going to call him? Aside from, number. He then makes notes on GT, saying that it's Goku's fault. Still talking about Dragon Master here. Really long comment. Not that I'm complaining. I like long, thoughtful conversation. However, Dragon goes on to say that the first half of the series was due to the wish made on Goku, which Goku did not make. That was Pilaf. Regardless of Goku's intervention, Pilaf would have made that wish, and the Earth would have been in danger. So, no, the first half of the series is not Goku's fault. Then there's all the villains in space that Goku has not had any relationship with whatsoever, outside of the metal mutants who knew about the Super Saiyan. At least that's what I recall. Again, been a while since I actually watched Dragon Ball. It's a long series. As for the second point he made on the Shadow Dragons being Goku's fault, he says it wouldn't have happened if Bulma didn't have superpowered beings capable of collecting the Dragon Balls every 6 months. My counterpoint is that Goku wouldn't have even left Mount Paozu without Bulma. There go. I believe your point is muted. Next is, and I'm going to try to say this correctly, but I'm not making any promises. Desist chart Ampillus 6601, who we will call Z. Apologies if I butchered your name and you're watching. Feel free to tell us how it's spelled down below if you're seeing this. He doesn't actually give an argument for anyone but Babidi and Cell. Cell can exist without Goku, scientifically speaking. As I mentioned earlier, Cell just wouldn't be as powerful and he'd be a completely different character. As for Babidi had no idea Goku existed when he unleashed his plan, and had no idea he was showing up. So Goku is definitely not Goku's fault. Babidi showed up. The last time he checked the Earth thousands of years ago, or the last time he checked Earth was thousands of years ago. I can English, I promise. And finally, we get Super Memento 6110. Instead of actually replying to his illiterate self, which is shoved so far up his own ass to even tell me what a dumbass is, we'll just block him from the channel. Honestly, though, how the fuck did he get first grade skipping kindergarten? Because bro clearly doesn't know what a fucking sentence is. I mean, seriously. Dude must be a retarded 13-year-old TikTok brain-rotting tween the way he writes. Goddamn. Either way, be nice and disrespectful, unless it's very clearly a joke or you apologize, or fuck off. That's a channel. That's how this channel works. Well, with that has been my somewhat response video. Aside from that last guy I mentioned, I have no issues with the rest of these guys. Very thoughtful responses most of them gave. And if any of you would like to tell me down below that you disagree or you think a villain is most definitely Goku's fault, do let me know. Not many people brought up Dragon Ball Super, though I don't remember much. This is more of a follow-up than a remake, so we're not going to go into it, but if you think that a villain is definitely Goku's fault, go down below and let me know. Let me know, and I will debate. Yeah, we'll have a kind debate if you're nice. If you're not nice, you're going to end up like Super Memento. See you later, guys.